I've seen tremendously dedicated martial artists, people who've worked very, very hard, who trained with great intensity, who have worked really in many ways a lot harder than I have. Better physical conditioning, they're like doing it all, and yet they can't throw a basic punch. This always startles me. Their stance is terrible. They've got no understanding of how the body moves. So they're working out and they're putting all of this effort into doing their technique, but they're not really getting much in the way of results, except the result you don't want, which is a lot of wasted energy and ultimately damaging the body. Martial arts is supposed to be a life protection art, which includes not only the capacity to protect myself in that moment of violent encounter, which, God forbid ever happens, but also it's supposed to extend the quality and length of my life. If I'm practicing in such a way or practicing an art that destroys my body or gives me, some kind of long-term damage, that's not a good thing. If the art has a life expectancy of 5 or 10 years, and then after that, it's a lifetime of being crippled and banged up, then it's probably not worth studying. The true art is supposed to be an art that has the capacity to go with you when you're much, much older. And so being correct in your technique is one of the best ways to defend against that wear and tear that comes. I just keep noticing how much really crummy martial arts there are, how much poor quality material is out there. And I don't understand it. Now, yes, I get that some people will never be able to do martial arts very well because they don't have a good sense of their own bodies, and so it's very difficult for them to learn physical movement. And I get that. And for them, whatever they do is wonderful. It's not them I'm thinking about. It's the supposedly, really talented martial artists who just don't understand how to move. And so I realized that, there's a lot of luck involved if you were lucky enough to get a good teacher. I was lucky enough to have 3 different good teachers, and that's part of it. Part of it is you got to analyze. You can't just do what you're told. You have to analyze. You have to look at structure, pay attention to your body, study how the skeleton works and how the muscles work, and get so that you move in a way that's proper and efficient and smooth and pain-free. I actually think that if you move well, everything else will go well. If you move well, your body position will allow for the flow of internal energy, so that it means your qigong will be better. If you move well, it also generates the best kind of physical impact, so you're going to have much better power transfer. You'll be much more efficient, you'll be much more effective, and you won't suffer debilitating injuries over the years. Don't suffer debilitating injury. Learn to do it right. Find out how to do it right. Seek out people who know how to do it right. Gain access to the kind of resources that they provide, whatever those are. They might be, private lessons or classes that they offer, or possibly, books or video, DVD stuff, online stuff like me. Find access to it and get your body lined up right so that you're not regretting years later that you're suffering from, torn, wrecked knee because of all the years that you were doing martial arts. The Chinese have a saying that goes, better to pay more and buy once. And I think that's true here, because it takes a long time to undo a bad habit. No matter what it really costs, it's better to learn it right in the beginning. I'm Chris Thomas, and these are some reflections from the MasterClass. Thanks for watching. Now, go train.